వేదిక మీద ఉండి ఈరోజు కార్యక్రమానికి ముఖ్య అతిథిగా వస్తున్న శ్రీ కిషన్ రెడ్డి గారికి స్టేట్ ఎమ్మెల్యే అండ్ స్టేట్ ప్రెసిడెంట్, అలాగే కీనోట్ స్పీకర్ నేషనల్ సెక్రటరీ శ్రీ మురళీధర్ రావు గారికి, స్టేట్ జనరల్ సెక్రటరీ శ్రీ రామచంద్రరావు గారికి, స్టేట్ వైస్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ శ్రీ రామకృష్ణారెడ్డి గారికి, స్టేట్ స్పోక్స్ పర్సన్ శ్రీ ప్రభాకర్ గారికి, and friends, welcome to the joining event, and extremely thankful to all of you for making it on a busy Sunday afternoon. Okay, and thanks for showing the enthusiasm for joining the party. This is the first of such weekends which you have sacrificed for the nation, but I promise this will not be the last, and none of those weekends will go waste. We have a pretty old civilization, but as a young democratic nation of just about 65 years old, today we are at crossroads. The choice we make today will determine if India is going to become a superpower or India is going to remain another second-rung nation on the map of this particular world. Okay. The last 8 years of UPA rule has been nothing but a disaster. All it has managed to produce is about 80 scams. The number of scams keep increasing every year, and the value of that is staggering amount of more than 2 lakh crores. Almost 5 times what India spends buying its defense equipment every year. And there have been consistent attempts to demolish the constitutional authorities or posts like the post of the president or the post of the chief election commissioner, CAG, etc. And these attempts have been consistent, and where they have not been successful, they have been trying to use things like IT Bill 2011 to impose censorship on the web and to cut down the free flow of information across the web, to cut down the voice of freedom which a common man is using today. The UPA government, instead of building upon the achievements of NDA government, has squandered away that opportunity. To make up for its lack of governance, it has been depending upon doles. It has been probably giving doles like Manrega, which even if well executed, and we know how well it is executed, people in Sonia Gandhi's constituency who are rich and are sarpanchas are beneficiaries of Manrega. This is recently exposed. But even if well exposed, they can at maximum be a dole. They cannot be a cure for the need for jobs which the youth of the country is asking. They cannot be the cure for education system that the country is asking. They cannot be a cure for the sort of infrastructural needs that the country is asking, whether be it roads, power, food storage and medical facilities. The government is, instead of the government doing its job, it's asking the private sector to replace its responsibility. The private sector with all its might can only complement, but it cannot suffice the needs. It cannot fulfill the needs of 1.2 billion people in the areas of infrastructure. And this is the primary role of the government, and the current government has proved to be absolutely incapable of the same. And the inefficiency of the government has only resulted in hardship and burden for the poor and the middle class. You know, the price of petrol has been increased by 15 times, and the cost of any vegetable today, I am surprised and shocked when I see 50 rupees and 70 rupees per kg for any regular vegetable that we eat. And you know, this is all because of the inefficiency and inept management of the government. And we need to explain these failures to the people. The BJP, as you would hear from our national president in a very short while, is committed to create growing the economy while maintaining the ecology in an ethical manner. And we need to inform the urban middle class electorate to help them make the right choice. Friends, I was part of a study commissioned by our national president Shri Nitin Gadkari, which wanted to study what are the sort of e-governance methods which are being used in this country to prevent corruption and to increase transparency. And there is a stark difference between NDA ruled states and non-NDA ruled states. When we see the NDA ruled states, they have been able to use these IT related tools to plug the leakages in revenue, to plug the leakages in PDS systems, and to ensure that there is a lot more transparency and quicker action which is happening from the government's end. But every officer I met in Andhra Pradesh lamented and only on one fact, that we have great tools, we have great mechanisms, but the government, to perpetrate its corruption, has destroyed all the tools or kept these tools in abeyance. Now the difference is very starkly seen, and we can go on talking about such differences. Probably we'll spend the next 24 or 48 hours just talking about these differences and how NDA is better than UPA, and it is to be seen for everyone. But it's just not enough if we keep talking. It is time for action. We need to show and we need to ensure that the strength of BJP is built. We add the next 10% of vote to BJP so that we can get back the NDA rule and ensure that the country grows and country prospers. Friends, the creators of and reformers of modern India, whether it is Gandhiji or Dr. Ambedkar or Jyotiba Phule or Guruji Golwalkar or even Advaniji, just to name a few, all have been thinker politicians. They were eloquent writers, at the same time were connected to the grassroots through extensive field work. And we, taking inspiration from them, we educated professionals both through building an informed opinion through various channels of media, web, and any other channel available to us through have to build the public opinion. At the same point of time, we can't discard the age-old practice of meeting people individually and making a personal connect. Just by appearing in front of media or appearing in front of web is not going to replace the art of the personal touch, and we also need to excel in that. So due to the constraints we have, most of us are working professionals, some of us are entrepreneurs. You must have seen in the team also which we have announced. Most of us are working for Fortune 500 MNCs or large Indian software companies or IT entrepreneurs. So we may not be able to participate in agitational activities, and that is not the expectation also from this particular cell. But during the limited time we spare, we will strive to strengthen the BJP through variety of activities where we can meet people. Also we can use the channels like web, etc. Under the young and energetic and educated leadership we have in BJP, not many of you know, Sri NVSS Prabhakar is an MSET 6th rank holder. So he is just one of the examples we have of so many people we have over here. There are so many doctorates, etc. in the party core committee leadership who have excelled in core subjects like astrophysics, etc. We can take guidance from them and definitely build policy expertise on each of the aspects that the government is dealing, and ensure that BJP can give a fitting response and build its strength forward. Looking forward to working with you all, with you all in days to come. Thank you.